What's up, morons? Welcome to another edition of Moron Money, where I, Blind Mike, try to provide a springboard to your own research in a manner that most fools like myself can understand. I, of course, am not an expert. This is a show called Moron Money, and I'm Blind Mike, for God's sake. So you should know not to listen to me before doing anything with your money. Always do your own research before listening to anyone, really. So let's get that out of the way right off the bat because there's big doings in the stock and crypto market over the last day. If you pay attention to this stuff, you probably noticed Blood Red Day. And if you pay attention, you'll know that it's because of Evergrande, the largest real estate developer in Asia. They defaulted on $300 million in debt. So, what does that mean? For a more in depth analysis of that, there's a lot of channels and articles that you can watch that are smarter than me and can go more in depth. In fact, on the looming stock market crash that we've talked about, there's a lot of experts. We've talked about what Michael Burry predicted and guys like that. So, I'm not an analyst. I'm not able to tell you what exactly this means for us. But what I want to get into today, the reason I bring it up, is because why does Evergrande, why does a real estate developer in Asia affect us? Why does it affect the stock market here? And more importantly, why does it affect crypto? Well, the main reason is that people feel that this is indicative of a larger thing. Perhaps this means that people aren't, the fun we've had of everyone quitting their jobs and living off of unemployment and things like that. Perhaps that's coming to an end. Maybe we are getting back into staying home territory. The numbers may be rising, where a lot of people think this fall we're going to have to lock down again or something. I hope that's not the case, but it seems like that's what we're heading towards. So basically, people are predicting the worst. People are predicting a crash. I mean, you can consider that a crash. What we had yesterday, it was pretty brutal. But as I always say, when you see days like that, you should kind of think, that's good news if you're a long-term investor. Now, obviously, there are always reasons that a stock market crash is not good. But my point is, if you're investing long-term, then I believe days like yesterday and probably today will be buying opportunities. But we'll get into that in a second. But why does it affect the crypto market? Because I thought the whole idea of cryptocurrency and particularly Bitcoin was that it was a hedge against the stock market and regular financial markets. Well, the idea, as I have read up on, is that if you look at the housing market crash in 2007, I don't know that Bitcoin and gold are a direct comparison necessarily, but the idea of gold is that it is a hedge against other markets. Well, gold also crashed in 2007, and that's what you're seeing with Bitcoin here. Now, the idea is that Bitcoin will be able to bounce back quicker um, than say the stock market or other options. So when you have days like this, all markets pull back. The idea that crypto would be immune to that is a little silly because people are human beings. Humans are going to take their money out of markets if they're panicking. So the general idea is that Bitcoin will bounce back quicker. What you saw today, already they're up over $43,000. Ethereum back over 3,000. Now, it's tough because every pullback we have like this, we say, well, it could be that's a good thing. You can't go up too rapidly, but at some point, if we're seeing price predictions by the end of the year of $100,000 to $500,000, then eventually we're going to have to stop having these pullbacks. Eventually, we're going to, um, need to start chugging along, start moving towards that $100,000 threshold. But I do believe today's like this are good. You notice that at least the main cryptocurrencies that I talk about, kind of hit their key thresholds, except for Cardano and XRP. XRP was under $1. Cardano hit about $2. So that was a little more scary than some of the others. But for all of these, I look at it as buying opportunities because nothing ruined the fundamentals. No one hacked the Bitcoin network. No government, particularly the United States, banned any sort of cryptocurrency. So that to me says, well, this is a day you buy. I bought a little more Ethereum, a little more Litecoin, a little more Chainlink, um, and I would have bought Bitcoin maybe under $40,000. I'm comfortable with the amount of Bitcoin I have right now, but I think if they went under 40,000, I may have bought more, and that'll continue to be the case if they dip today, um, because, like I said, a real estate developer defaulting on a loan in China doesn't affect what Bitcoin is. So if you believe in Bitcoin, that doesn't really mean anything. And this is the worst day that markets have had. The stock market has had in just about a year. I think October of last year. Um, and that was a day where I kind of panicked. I didn't, I was still a little green back then. So I panicked. I sold some stock, things like that, and I kicked myself for it for the next few months as I watched those stocks not just get back to where they were, but exceed that. So that's why now these are days that I buy more in things I believe in. However, with the stock market, I think there will be a little more prolonged dip or pullback because of what I mentioned before, where the possibility of lockdowns, the possibility, not the reality of unemployment and things like that running out. So keep an eye on that. But uh, you know, I believe yesterday was a good day for long-term investors that keep an eye on this stuff also inflation is here, by the way, which is bad news for the. That's another reason the stock market may continue to take a hit is inflation and stagflation, as some call it, where we've hit a period of stagnation while inflation is hitting. That could be very bad for the stock market as well, and that's where you may see the decoupling of the stock market and Bitcoin and other cryptos. And then the other bit of news yesterday was that everyone reported this. I think we kind of saw it coming. Coinbase said, "All right, you win." They tapped out. Um, the SEC said, "You better not start a lending program. You better not pay interest." And Coinbase pulled unzipped their flies and said, "Right here, pal, come and suck, SEC." And then a week and a half later, they said, "You know what? We're not going to do that. Actually, now that we think about it, you've made a good point." So, while I think that really shows weakness in Coinbase. Not that I wouldn't have done the same thing. I think it is good news because I think whatever Coinbase told them, you better get in line. Um, I think that is good news for the overall crypto market because it affects Coinbase and you see the SEC cracking down on Binance and BlockFi and Coinbase now, but they can't crack down on Bitcoin. I think that's what this continues to prove over and over again is the reason these exchanges are facing such backlash and regulation is because there's nothing they can do to stop Bitcoin. So El Salvador's president tweeted on Monday that he bought the dip. They bought, I think, like 150 more Bitcoin. So as you see governments become more accepting of Bitcoin, sky's the limit, baby. I think we're about to see some crazy things. And again, on days like this, when you wonder, should I be buying? Should I be buying stock? Should I be buying cryptocurrency? For me personally, I bought a little bit on stocks that had a significant dip yesterday, as I'll continue to do as we plummet here. Dollar cost averaging. But if you're new to the crypto market or you don't fully understand it, which I don't even fully understand it, but maybe more than someone just getting into the market, I suppose. But check out Raoul Paul. I mentioned him a lot, and he does a lot of talks on explaining exactly why he's so bullish and optimistic on cryptocurrency, and does a lot of comparing it to the early days of the internet, which I've talked about here before. Um, but his explanation of what Bitcoin and Ethereum are and will be may help you realize just how big the crypto market can get. Um, Anthony Pompliano is another good guy for that, but I think Raoul Paul's a little more interesting for my money. But that's neither here nor there. Check those out. And make sure you do your own research on Evergrande. Tell me if you think maybe it's scarier than I'm giving it credit for. But I just wanted to update you guys on exactly what was going on if you weren't aware, and tell you that it's not financial advice. I'm a fool. Do your own research. I'm not panicking. And this is a community here on More on Money. So let me know in the comments if you're panicking and if you think I should be. Let me know. Let me know anything you think I missed. The comments are where we can all learn and grow together, and it also helps the algorithm. Comments, likes, subscribing to this channel, all of that helps the algorithm and helps this channel grow, gets more peepers on us. So if you could do that, it's a free way to help the channel. I appreciate it. And for more on money, check out patreon.com/blindmike. And we'll talk to you guys next time. Until then, keep making money, folks.